Let's see, what are the typical multiples for startups that are not primarily AI driven, have AI components within their business model? Ideally, I'd love to. Someone used the reference of phoning a friend earlier, and I wish I could phone a friend that's more specific to AI. I don't see a lot of AI opportunities, but I mean, I would say just the way that this question is written, at least, that if you have an AI component to the business, there's a little bit of ambiguity behind that, because arguably you could go to any innovative tech company and on the homepage of their website right now, it's going to have some sort of tagline about how they're using AI to their advantage, right? And every big enterprise software has started doing this for a while now. So I think it depends on the underlying definition of what an AI component is, right? Is it part of your underlying core technology? Great. It's look no further than the open AIs and the figures of the world to kind of get your answer there in terms of a potential multiple. However, are you adapting OpenAI, ChatGPT, Claude, other existing platforms into your existing solution in kind of a low code, no code way? That's probably pretty fundamentally different, and arguably something that any kind of high growth or technology centric business could be and should be doing. In
like low code, no code for tech startups and tech companies in general, something that you're looking at for lean and mean.
Yeah. So like this, yeah, again, like this all depends on the AI component you're talking about. It could literally range from, a practical kind of traditional business multiple of, a few turns of leverage against EBITDA, or a few times against top line, all the way up to something that's pretty weighted pretty heavily against the current kind of I don't want to call it hype, the current appreciation for AI that's happening right now.
Essentially, if you're using a already existing language model that exists on the market as your model, as your core business, it's not much of a business going down the road. But using it to accentuate or modernize your customer service or something within your business itself, I mean, that makes a difference. And of course, it's like using any kind of modern tool to be more efficient. But I mean,
does that increase the risk profile though? If they're leveraging,
it's just an add-on. But basically, if it's a company goes, yeah, we've introduced large language models into our company to actually make us more efficient and more profitable or more customer friendly and all that, that's one thing. But the separate thing is, our company is based on large language models. Is, in my opinion, just my opinion, guys, I don't see a future in that. Is like we have a profitable business that is helping all this or this. And we're using ChatGPT and Claude as our engine. Like that's already a piece of asset that can be copied anywhere and will probably run out in the next year and a half as fast as this is moving. So I don't find those companies interesting.
Actually, I know based on your background in health tech, are you looking at certain indicators or certain multiples when acquiring a health tech company?
Yeah, so I'm actually building a health tech company right now that is really a healthcare company that's empowered by tech and AI. It's been a lot of fun.
What does that actually mean, empowered by? Like, what does that mean, nuts and bolts?
Yes, and so just a really quick pitch on it. So when patients discharge from home health, there is a massive gap for what they do, right? They discharge from home health, and then about 68% of them end up back in the hospital within the first year. And there's just really a gap in the market that nobody's taking. And so what we're doing is we are getting a team that is installing devices and has communications with these patients on a weekly basis to stop their rehospitalizations, keep them at home. And so what the AI does is, so we have blood pressure cuffs, we have scales, instruments to measure blood sugar, and 4 or 5 other measurements. And so what that does is it feeds into our system, and then the AI takes all of the data that we have and is able to accurately predict when they're at risk to have factors that are going to lead to rehospitalization.